Welcome everybody, it's Wyco Nomad with Wyco Resiliency, and I'm looking around because I don't have anything to drink right now. I am out of Kofifi. All right, that's one way to keep it short. So it is officially the day after the Marine Corps birthday, also known as Veterans Day. Marine Corps birthday first. Many of you will get that joke. You'll understand it. Many of you will not. However, let's see. We have a few things that came out recently. The election, I believe Arizona is still counting. We know that there's a lot of stuff going on in Arizona. I think some people have been brought up stacking the deck. But the Tangerine Tyrant, the Great Trumpkin, Orange Man Bad, 312 electoral votes and 74,834,220 votes popular. 54.4% of the popular vote. So not only did he get the popular vote, but he also got the electoral. So the House and Senate went over to as of right now, the House is still standing at 214 to 203. Need 218 for a majority. So there we go. Red wave, yeah, whatever. Red wave, whatever. I don't buy into it. He's got to make it to January, folks. There's been a few attempts made on him. So we know that he has to at least actually make it to January. Between now and then, what's going to happen? We see that Hamas is kind of slowing down. What's going to happen with the Uyghur? There's a lot of questions that we need to ask. What's going to happen with Israel, Iran? What's going to happen with Russia, Ukraine? And a lot of people are like, well, this, that, I get it. Foreign policy. I'm not a big foreign policy person. I don't get overly involved in geopolitics. Do I pay attention? Sure, why not? Because it gives me an indicator of something I need to be preparing for here. My bigger concern is, what's the price of gas? What's the price of food? What are my interest rates? What's unemployment? What's employment? What about domestic safety? Trump's president, everything's, yeah. I know a lot of people that think that they can slow everything down. They don't have to worry anymore. It's not the crisis. Well, we still got 2 years to go, and then the United States will be 250 years old. Fourth turning, the rise of empires. Empires only last 250 years. Historically speaking, it's cyclical. My plans have not changed. I am still stacking food to the rafters. I'm still worrying about food, water, medical. And I get it. There's a few of you out there, well, if you don't have guns and ammos, you're not a prepper. Yeah, cool. If you don't have food, you're not doing anything. An army marches on its belly. You need to have food, logistics. Where's your resupply? Because usually the mentality with that, it usually is connected to, I'm going to take on whoever. I don't buy into it. If your only focus is your guns and your ammo and yet makes you think you're a prepper, yeah, Dunning-Kruger effect right there. You're not a prepper. You're a prep tender. If you don't have a plan to replenish your food, because if you're in the high population areas, you're a consumer. You're not a producer. You are a consumer. Rural areas, you're going to produce. Is everything safe in the rural areas? No. Eventually, they will come to the rural areas. But you have what is known as distance. You have standoff. You're away. You can see it coming towards you. In the cities, boom, they're going to lock the cities down quick. That's where you're going to get your food passes. You're going to get your shutdowns, all that stuff. And talking about shutdowns, what's coming? What's planned for a Trump? Is there another pandemic on its way? Is there going to be a lot of civil unrest? I think there is. I think the left, based on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I see a lot of people losing their stuff over an election. I remember what happened when Hillary lost. People went nuts. I don't think we've seen it just as bad. We haven't seen, but man, there's a lot of people threatening to kill people that they disagree with, all in the name of fascism or anti-fa or whatever they want to call it. You're still threatening to kill your fellow American, your fellow citizen, based on a disagreement of political position. Grow up. We can have differing opinions. Just because someone disagrees with you doesn't make them a fascist. Makes them a free thinker. If Kamala would have won, I'd be saying the same thing. Elections happen. I wouldn't be happy, but man, I wouldn't be foaming at the mouth. I'm going after the opposition. And I'm seeing the same rhetoric as I did when he won the first time. They're going to hunt you down. They're going to come out. No, they're not. They didn't do it the first time. No one came after you. No one's coming after you. He's not going to even uphold half of his campaign promises. Why? Because no politician does. Plain and simple. But as preppers, we don't change. We don't relax. Stack your food. Stack your water. Stack your prescription drugs, your antibiotics, your over-the-counter stuff. Keep doing what you do. If you see prices drop, interest rates and that stuff, that's the time. Start looking to buy that property. Invest in that rural property. Look to move there. Well, I can't afford to build a house. You don't have to build a house. Guess what, folks? There's things called modular. There are things called trailers. There are shipping containers. Anymore, the whole millennial build a shipping container home, honestly, to me anymore, it seems more expensive than just doing a modular home or throwing a double wide. Or what I've been looking at is a barnuminium or a barndo or whatever you want to call it. I've been looking at a barnuminium. The size that I can get and the way I can get it designed, that's freaking amazing. Slap that on the property with a couple of single wides. I have room for tribesmen. I have room for those that need a place to launch pad from. And I'm still spending less than $500,000. Look at the current rate of real estate in your area. Now, look rurally. Different states, some of y'all got to get out of enemy territory. You know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm talking about. Rural. There's cheap land still. Get it while it's good because they're not making any more and it's not getting any cheaper. Get your property, get a well going, septic, all that good stuff. Throw a single wide on there for a little while, build up your barndo, boom, you got 2 homes. And you could probably do that for a lot less than $500,000, which is in Denver area, that's like a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Possibly. I haven't checked real estate in Denver because I don't care about Colorado. I really don't. Once I packed up, I left. I got it. I coup-humped. But I'm looking at property in Fayetteville, West Virginia. I'm looking at property in Oklahoma, Ozarks area, obviously. I've seen some good open lands. I can build a barn out there. Not a bad idea. Where I'm located, I've been looking at properties here as well. For those of you that know the story, long story, still fighting, not ready to talk about it. I'm just up here. That's one reason why I haven't been doing a lot of these videos, because I'm getting overwhelmed with a lot of things with life. But that's one reason why I've been doing the Proverbs of the Day, so at least we're active. I have to refilm the long form of one of them just because I don't know how to talk correctly. I mispronounce some things that are very important, so I got to reread those. So bear with me on that, but that'll go in the special playlist, the word, all that. So I digress. Don't stop prepping. Don't relax. Number one, you shouldn't be doing the Kermit the Frog, running around, yeah, I know some of you complain about that. Deal with it. It's who I am. So don't change. Don't panic. We observe, we react, we respond, and we move to the next. Calm minds. We don't freak out about things. Okay? Yah's will. Plain and simple. Whatever happens, happens. So with that, I'm going to bring this to an end. As always, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good, the YouTube algorithm things. Wow, guys, I've jumped. Numbers have really jumped lately, and thank you. All the new subscribers, thank you so much. I feel blessed by that. How can you support the show? Ko-fi. Seems like everyone likes to buy Ko-fi, so it's cheap, it's affordable, it's something, and you get, Jay's Case. Don't forget Jay's Case. But I get it. You buy your prescription drugs and all that, and you store them. You don't have that instant gratification. But with Ko-fi and teas and hot chocolates, even a random beanie. This is not one of their beanies. This is just my beanie. Refuge Medical. You need medical supplies. They got a great thing going on. It's called the Golden Ticket. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because you can use the link, click on the Refuge Medical link, go there, and you can find out all about the Golden Ticket and how that works out. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. Other than that, thank you, everybody. You have a blessed week. Till next time, I'm the Wyco Nomad with Wyco Resiliency, and hopefully next week I'll have some better news about some other stuff. And we're going to talk about building your mag, but we've talked about building the mag, but we're going to focus on weeding out. You're always being tested. The testing never stops, plain and simple. You're always being evaluated. And those that are in mags, you should always be evaluating. As we like to say, noted. Who showed up to the gathering? Noted. But with that, y'all take it easy. Shalom. Watch your six as always. Peace out.